Hey gang, Pastor Hans here, and you have made it halfway through this crazy book of the Bible called Revelation. We're in chapter 13. Way to go. I want you to know I'm proud of you. This is a tough book to get through. It's nutty, it's bizarre, it's just plain weird. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to start by recapping where we're at. John is writing this letter to 7 churches, and he's communicating by sharing a series of wild visions. They're called apocalypses, which are always meant to reveal the hope that we share in Jesus. The first vision includes messages to each of these 7 churches, naming their struggles. In the second vision, in chapter 5, there's a scroll and some seals. And as each of the seals is opened, we get images of destruction, cataclysmic events. The final seal gives way to trumpet blasts, unleashing even more devastation. Doesn't it seem, as we read the book of Revelation, that it's sort of one destructive event after another? We want to remember today that all of these images are meant to remind us that we have a God who knows that there will be seasons of hurt and pain in our lives. But the tough moments, the hurt and pain, is never the end of the story. We can live with hope. Friends, God isn't done with us yet. We're reminded of this again in our chapter for today, chapter 13. Here, John gives us one more strange image, the image of a beast standing on a seashore. Now, scholars believe that authors might have used the beast as a way of referring to the Roman Empire. In that day, Roman armies would travel across the sea to conquer cities throughout the ancient Holy Lands. Time and time again, boatloads of Roman soldiers would come to shore and they would conquer, devastating entire communities. We read in verse 3, "In amazement, the whole earth followed the beast." In verse 7, it said it was allowed to make war on the saints and to conquer them. It was given authority over every tribe and people and language and nation, and all the inhabitants of the earth will worship it. John gives us a perfect description of the Roman Empire in that ancient world. On Roman coins and over the archway of doors read, "Caesar is the Son of God." It was believed that Caesar alone was God. All were to worship him. There would be no resistance tolerated. The Roman Empire placed crosses in public squares throughout the land and crucified anyone who resisted the empire. They taxed without mercy. They ruled with an iron fist. They had absolute power over everyone's life. Which makes me wonder today, what has this sort of power in our lives? What things control us? Is it our affluence? That need for the next great thing? The bigger, better house with the bigger, better garage that you can fill with all of your bigger, better stuff? Or maybe for you, the beast is how you're controlled by social media. You can't not check it. You can't not scroll. You can't not post. Or maybe it feels as though there are things from your childhood that are the beast in your life. Messages and experience that have a hold on you, seek to control you and define you. Or maybe for you, you're stuck in the web of an addiction. Friends, we all have a beast that is always seeking to rule over our lives. And if we're able to dodge today's beast, there's always going to be another one tomorrow, isn't there? In chapter 13, the first beast gives way to yet another beast, reminding us that there will always be that one more thing that we've got to have that will control us, that one more thing that lures us in, that one more thing that will try and claim power and authority and at times beat us down. But as we're going to see in chapter 14, the Lamb is sure to come. No power on earth will silence the voice of God. You are not alone when you feel powerless. You are not alone when you feel overwhelmed. You are not alone when we think all is lost. There is still this God of ours. When we feel we can't shake the beast free, it's then and there that this God of ours is most near. So a couple of questions for you today. What beasts in our world have this way of taking authority over our lives, over your life? So much so that you can't imagine life without them. And secondly, what beasts in our world make you and me feel powerless? Folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.